I spent most of my young adulthood not watching anime since my youngin days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Well, that all changed when I started watching Attack on Titan. I, like many others casual viewers, were pulled by a truly unique story. Characters that had more realistic design compared to other anime. Landscapes that were lush and semi-realistic, greatly animated fight scenes. All of this was elevated by a special technique which studio developed called makeup animation, which is an additional digital process using a special software called TV Paint that adds further details and smoother lighting, which really shows in close-up shots, especially in the second season. So after 3 seasons, everyone knows exactly what Attack on Titan sounds, looks, and moves like. So when studio were confirmed to not be working in the last season, the fan base were split. Some were cautiously optimistic about the studio change. The others were worried that Studio Mappa will not live up to its studio legacy. After the release of 6 episodes in the making of this video, the general response to this season seems pretty positive, with many people saying that they prefer Mappa's adaptation to it. However, I can't say I'm one of these people. Please don't get me wrong, I know that Mappa studio staff are greatly talented and sadly overworked to meet their deadlines. I actually like their character designs better than Wit, especially young Reiner and Zeke. Their Titan CGI is much better too. But still, there's something missing. Something I can't really put my finger on. I don't know about you guys, but he seems to know his stuff. The main issue Mr. Squirrel addresses is the lack of contrast in Mappa's color palette compared to its studio. If you don't know what contrast is, it's basically just the difference between the darkest and brightest point in an image. Here's a few comparison shots to understand what I'm talking about. With Wit, the visuals were vibrant and punchy with lots of contrast, even in depressing and dark scenes, while Mappa visual, everything looks washed out and flat, like log footage, which seems can easily be fixed by adding an S-Luma curve for more contrast. The other issue is the weird blurry filter that masks many of the details. There's few comparison shots with and without it. Some would say that the washed up look is good because of the change in tone and narrative. I disagree. On a general sense, this is not historically or technically accurate at all. Gritty, bleak dramas are usually done with low key lighting, so more contrast, harsher shadows, with deeper black points. This sanitized, washed out look is something used for comedies, where you want the world to appear more sanitized and softer than it is, not grounded war stories. And lastly, the inconsistency in the color palette, which makes CGI more noticeable and thus making the art feels flat. Here's few shots I edited to recreate with studio shading style by adding more contrast and highlights to make the visuals pop more. To close off this video, I just want to say that Mappa Studio is doing a good job on this season, and hopefully all of my issues like the blur and contrast in the color palette can be fixed in the Blu-ray release. And lastly, please don't harass overworked animators. They're doing the best they can with the limited time they have. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a bit different as I don't really post technical videos like these usually, but hopefully you enjoyed the new format. So that's about it. Hope you guys have a blessed rest of the day. And thank you, Mr. Squirrel.